He's not wrong.
We're live.
I'm here to entertain. I will entertain you.
Guys, we are live here. It's October 2nd, spooky season, and we are all just energized tonight. I'm just letting you all know this is a safe space because this is group therapy.
No one's safe because I'm fucking pissed. No one's fucking safe.
Let's go off. This is where
let me tell you something right now. If I have to hear one more fucking person tell me and say, hey, Bob Stoops went 7-5. It's not the same fucking thing. You goddamn know. Either you weren't alive or you weren't watching football back then. Do you even remember 1994 to 1998? No, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't say, well, Bob Stoops went 7-5. No one was fucking saying that in 1999. They were happy to get to a fucking bowl game. So if I hear one more person tell me that, oh, Bob went 7-5, or try to tell me Nick Saban went this, shut the fuck up. I hate if anyone ever says that to me again. I swear to God, I will. Zen. Try not to say shit I'm gonna regret.
My dad's very happy you're on tonight. I'm just.
I might become a terrorist. I'm not joking. It's just. I am at the point. I'm hearing some of the stupidest shit from people. Like, we gotta play Nick Evers, motherfucker. If he was any good, he'd be the second team quarterback. If he was any good, he'd be the second team quarterback. And he's not. He's a true fucking freshman.
Yeah.
What part do you understand that Bevel was our backup quarterback? That's the best we fucking got.
And he sucks.
Let's
be honest. Let's be honest. And
there's no reason Billy Gabriel was named the starter in spring.
Yeah.
They didn't pretend to have a quarterback competition. They knew then.
I don't think it's a secret why they're having walk-on tryouts right now this late. I really don't. Because let's just put it out there.
Everyone's walk-on tryouts this time of year. If I see that shit again. No, everybody has it's required. You have to have walk-on tryouts. Everyone has to have walk-on tryout. It's required by NCAA rules.
Right. But usually it's held earlier. But
no, it's not.
Regardless. Andrew, you were gonna say something because we're gonna vent. This is vent night.
Because it's like the game was one thing. I just keep hearing stupid shit from people. And it drives me up the wall.
Because they don't get
it. I mean, I decided not to go out to lunch. I'm like, I'll stay home. I'll watch the game. I'll order pizza. I'll have some fun. I did not have fun.
Oh,
I had no fun.
It was Luke fucking warm by the time it got to me.
That's tragic.
Let's make the pizza. But... Your delivery time is 90 minutes. Let's make the pizza now and let it wait around the store for an hour.
It's bad.
Fuck you.
But that's the worst.
I mean, the only good thing about that game is that
it ended.
No one died, I guess, except my hopes and dreams. That was painful. It was. I mean, that as soon as the secondary, I think it was the second touchdown.
Well, Billy Bowman went out. That's what happened to the goddamn secondary.
As soon as the secondary lost him, because it wasn't that he got beat. It wasn't that it was bad. You could have. I mean, he could have taken an extra 5 seconds to throw that ball, and the same thing would have happened.
Josh, I need you to go to Norman right now. I need you to find out where Justin Broyles lives and pack his bags for him. If I see him if I see him in an OU uniform ever again, I'm going to Elvis my television. I'm going to Elvis my TV.
Who is behind him? That's my question. And see, now you got me started on because look,
if I see him on the field ever again,
he's terrible. He's a terrible player. Probably a great person, terrible player. And he needs to know that him being on the field hurts the entire team, which is another story entirely because take the offense or the defense. Where has this team gone wrong in 2 weeks? That's I don't get why they are not trusting the process. Why they are
it's not about trusting the process. Here's the problem. See, you know why I'm pissed? Because I was
because they quit.
No. Let me take you through my week. Let me take you through my week. So I knew this goddamn hurricane was coming, and it was like it was going to hit me on some level, and it kept on shifting back. It's going to come up the Gulf and hit the Panhandle first, like the inside corner of the pan. Okay, then it kept shifting a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. It's like it's going to hit Tampa head on. This isn't hit Tampa at all. It's going to hit Naples. Thoughts and prayers, everyone. Hope everyone's okay down there, and hope everyone recovers.
Yeah, because that was pretty bad.
It comes up through inland, and it's gonna hit me, and it hits me like it's gonna be a Cat 1 at worst. Please, I jerk off watching the porn while through Cat 1s. And the porn, see, I don't give a fuck at this point. So anyway, I'm laying in my bed at 2 a.m. just watching YouTube videos, and all of a sudden, like, it goes off. Okay, the power goes out. I was expecting that to happen. So that happens Wednesday night. So I go through all of Thursday without pretty much power. Then I go half of Friday. We get power back at like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Hey, life is good. I have internet for 5 minutes, and then it goes out because for some reason the internet worked, and I actually posted something. Hey, everything's back now, and then it's out.
Oh.
So then I got to wait all the way till fucking today to get regular internet. But me, being the dedicated fan I am, the hardcore, because my fandom gets called out when I said they're going to lose 2 games this year. I'm already 100% accurate on that. So anyway,
yeah, they did. They said, Sean, you're full of shit. That doesn't make you.
We're not going to lose a home game or 2 home games, bitch. We might not win a game the rest of the year the way they're playing. So check this shit out. So I have hotspot data, and you know what I did? I dropped at least $20 of hotspot data just to watch the fucking game and not even get a good stream. I got buffering shit. And you know what the best part was? You know what the best fucking part was? It would buffer at points during the game where TCU is on offense and the running backs there, and you see the hole there. It's like a freeze frame. It's like, no, Sean, you know what's about to happen with this big hole and this running back seeing all this green grass in front of him. And then after it buffers for a few seconds, it comes back touchdown TCU, 55-yard run or whatever the fuck. So got that going for us. So this was a complete unmitigated disaster. It's the worst it possibly could have went.
I asked my dad, is this John Blake? He's like, yeah, this is pretty bad. John
Blake was consistently awful. I'll get to that in a moment. I'm sick of people telling me over the years how great Damon Parker was when all he did was make a big run in garbage time in fourth quarters of games. They're already down 2 scores. I hate Damon. If anyone brings up Damon Parker to be like he was some superstar who did anything, God.
He existed.
Yeah, James Allen made bigger plays. Sorry. I hate to break the bad news. I know who James Allen is because I remember watching the 96 OU Texas game. Anyway, so here's why I'm really pissed. Because we can go over the game like play by play and go over just each part of like our season is completely falling apart. But what really pissed me off because I got internet back today finally. So I had to pick and choose when I get on the internet, like with my hotspot, because I run out of data really quickly. So I check my email, I check a few things here and there. Maybe I post something on Twitter. I got to use it sparingly, so I can't just stream a bunch of stuff on YouTube or whatever. Mm-hmm. I get on YouTube. And I start listening to the post-game stuff, and I'm not even talking about Brent. I'm talking about the players. Players got interviewed.
Oh yeah, I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. Yeah,
like I heard shit. Well, this happened in 2020 from some guys,
and I have no problem saying
no.
We can fix it in a day. My favorite one was from a certain someone who shall not be named. I was doing my job, and it's like,
oh, I'm gonna drop him. I don't care. It's David.
David fucking Abreu talking about how he was doing his job, and I nearly fell out of my goddamn chair. I was like, you were doing your job. You
should be benched.
I'm just. This is going to be a rebuild, and and here's the thing, because as much as we celebrated, and this is not a fire Brent stream, because that's
stupid. That's stupid.
Because here's the thing. This football team has been Charmin soft with the last person that ran this thing for the past 5 years. They have gotten so Charmin soft to expect Brent and Schmitty to fix this in one off season. Like, and I was just saying, you know what? Our ceiling is a Big 12 championship, guys. I think we can do that. If that was my realistic expectations, and boy, turns out I was the fucking homer. So I'm just. Seeing how charming soft this football team is. And I'm not blaming Brent because there's only so much you can fix, because there are certain guys, upperclassmen, you're not going to fix them until they leave. You got to fix the young guys. You got to establish it with the younger guys, and you got to build it from ground up at certain places. Because I'll tell you what, man, that football team quit on Saturday. They quit. I know some guys are dinged up or what. Some guys are obviously really dinged up and hurt, but I question some of the injuries in some of that game. The way some guys were just kind of like, maybe they're really dinged up, but maybe they're hurt just enough or they don't have to keep playing. Like, that's the type of shit that worries me about this season. And we go into this week, which we have no chance of winning. If you take out Dylan Gabriel, Theo Weiss, Eric Gray, Marcus Major didn't make the trip because he has an ankle. Billy Bowman, our two starting tackles. If those guys are legit hurt, how are we gonna win the fucking game? How?
They're gonna 70 on us.
No, and listen, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I can't believe this. No, I'm walking in this week for the first time in my since like, listen, I was a young Army kid in 2005, and I wanted to believe, man. And I made the trip. in 2005 with knowing Adrian Peterson had a high ankle sprain. But I said, you know what, man? We've beaten him 5 years in a row. I got to go see it, man. And it wasn't even a 70, but it was just obvious that we didn't have the talent or the skill, or the offense couldn't keep up with them in 2005. That was a national championship team. So, but here's the thing. This Texas team ain't no national championship team, but they're good enough offensively to whoop us, especially if yours is back. And so, and if that defense doesn't get their shit together, if they don't just play, like, does Reggie Grimes still play on the team?
No, he's on a
milk carton. Did he answer the portal last 2 weeks? Because I haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. So I don't know why Jaron Kanik isn't playing more. I don't know why. Maybe he's dinged up or whatever. I don't know why. The dude can make plays. I don't know what the fuck happened to Woody Washington. Woody Washington forgot to play football.
Kanik, he doesn't understand the system right now. That's why he's not playing.
You know what? At least he cares.
Yeah.
You don't understand the system. Let's like, quarterback, go get him. Do something. He doesn't understand the system. Man, you put him out there a couple times, you seem to know what he was doing at times. So just wait till he learns the system. That's the problem with Brent. Brent's trying to throw it like, I don't know if he's throwing too much at these guys or whatever it is, but there was the communication, the defensive backfield was awful. Just awful. I don't know if
be the one to say it. I have no shame saying it, Sean. They are not putting the effort in. You can tell when someone puts an effort. And I'm going to say, I asked my mom, I said, Mom, you're a teacher. You can tell when people quit. And she said they are not putting the effort in. She can even tell. The fundamentals are not there. Yeah, they did. They quit.
They fucking quit.
They're not putting the effort in. And this is a
and when Dylan went down, it was easy to throw in the towel. They knew it too. They knew it. They had no shot, and they said, you know what, we're done. Season's over.
Yep.
So anyway.
It's two.
So look, I've seen weirder shit. I've seen Texas teams that have no chance, no business playing with us, walk in and beat an OU team they have no business in. I'm not saying we're going to do that, but like outside of that this week, some miracle, got to drink Michael Jordan's secret stuff. I just don't know what it is they're going to do this week that's going to change. Now, if you want me to break it down, if Quinn is starting like they're hoping he is, he's not he's not a quarterback who's athletic, who's going to run around and beat you with his legs. Hudson Card could do that a little bit. So I don't know why you wouldn't play Hudson Card, give it to Bijan and screens and dump it off the flats instead of Xavier Worthy for play action. I mean, you don't even have to run fucking play action. Just throw it deep to Xavier because there'll be bad communication because they'll be trying to stop Jordan Whittington or Jatavion Sanders or whomever they're going to throw the ball to or a Jai or whoever it is. It's like they got the players to stretch us and make us look like morons the way we're playing right now. And another thing, Brent, for the love of God, enough with 3 down linemen. If I see one more 3-down lineman formation when we don't have one single elite playmaker on that D line, I'm going to fucking lose it. Enough 3-down linemen. Enough.
What were you going to say?
You need to be able to. Can you at least stop the run? Just do that.
You have to sell out. Yeah, have to sell out.
Beat deep, so fucking be it. But why are we getting beat soundly through the air and on the ground consistently? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, please, can you stop the run? Can you do that? I know our linebackers can't take proper angles at this rate, but you got to do something. And we can't run run the ball unless it's a stretch run or something like that, where guys can get on the outside, beat the corner.
They got that 1,000. They got that 1,000-yard stare right now, where it's like you just. I mean, Josh said you just look at them, and like by the mid-first quarter, they got punched in the mouth, and everything just kind of went out the window after that.
I'm watching the Dallas Cowboys today, and they have a Cooper Rush, a kid from Central Michigan, who has not lost a game in the NFL.
I hate to give the Cowboys credit, but the Cowboys should be like 0-4 right now.
No, they shouldn't be 0-4 because that's the thing. They shouldn't be 0-4. They have a defense. They have guys who can make plays on the defensive side of the football. They have Micah Parsons. They have DeMarcus Lawrence. They have Diggs who makes picks. Like, they have playmakers. Like, this is one of those years where I'm starting like, oh my God, when I thought it was going to be bad for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
See, I am not allowed, with the exception of 1 or 2 years, I am not allowed to have my Dallas Cowboys and my Oklahoma Sooners to be good at the same time. I'm just not. And the Cowboys are 3-1. So I'll let you figure that part out. So it's just, I'm not allowed to have my teams good. What about 2016? Exceptions happen.
World. Look, the stars align at some point.
Listen, we have total eclipses of the sun, the moon, of the heart, whatever it may be. It's just, blue moons happen, whatever. But right now, this football team,
they suck. I want you to say they suck.
They fucking suck. And this is the first time I ever say this. Thank God we're not going to the SEC next year. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Because, and here's another thing. I said this before. We have we have like 13 guys on this class who are planning to enroll early, and thank fucking Christ we do. Legit players. Jackson Arnold needs to be given every opportunity in the world to start for this football team next year. Every opportunity. You
have to start him. You have to.
No, you don't have to start him, but you need to give him. You actually need to have a quarterback competition next year.
Yeah.
Because whether Gabriel's here or not, Jackson Arnold needs to be given every because if he's enrolling early, he's going to have all those reps in the offseason. Is it going to translate to a Big 12 title? No. But he needs to be given the shot.
Yeah.
So, and look, I'm not worried about recruiting right now. The Aggies fucked us big time in that piece of shit David Hicks, because I think he's a piece of shit for playing that. Like, when you play that bullshit with the coaching staff and you literally tell them 2 hours before that you're committed, you show them all the stuff on a Zoom call, and then 10 minutes before you go and say, oh, by the way, I'm going to A&M. Fuck you. That was planned from the beginning. Fuck David Hicks.
Yeah.
Fuck Texas A&M. Fuck you. You guys lost this weekend anyway. Because guess what?
See, here's
the thing. When we go 8-4, it's a really down season. When Texas A&M goes 8-4, they call that tradition. So it doesn't matter how many fucking players you buy. Doesn't matter how many fucking players you buy in College Station. You still can't. Your best fucking season ever was a 9-1 Orange Bowl COVID year. No one gives a fuck about, because half of North Carolina's team opted out, and you act like you won something. Shut the fuck up in College Station. But continue to buy 5-star players that don't do shit because you don't develop, and Jimbo's a fucking fraud. I don't care if he has a national championship ring. He's a fucking fraud.
Well, Jameis Winston is the reason why Jimbo has the national championship ring.
Yeah. Kept him out of prison. Good job, Jimbo.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know if it's moving goalposts, but everyone keeps saying it's Stone that we want. We don't want Hicks. If you had to pick both, take Stone in a heartbeat.
Well, no, Stone's an in-state. Granted, he's at IMG right now, but like he's an in-state kid, and it's like, well, 2024, we got a little ways to go, but you need to start getting your shit together. Like, here's the thing about this season that people need to understand. Like,
this is rebuilding.
Forget ultimate goals. That shit's out the fucking window. You need to, if you go, forget whatever bowl game, like fuck bowl games. I've said for years, fuck bowl games. You need to get to a point where you show incremental improvement week after week.
Just stop the bleeding. That's
you want to stop. It's gonna be really hard to do that. Well, that's the problem. Yeah. Like, believe it or not, when you suck this bad, all of a sudden your schedule looks really tough. Yeah, because Kansas is good now. Holy shit! So you got your biggest rival this week. You come back home to play a ranked Kansas team. Then you go on the road to Iowa State, who is still somewhat competent. They're hanging at least with some of these teams. Then you host Baylor, who's having a rougher season, they thought. Like, I'll give it. Here's the only game I would give you right now, because I'm assuming Dylan. Yeah, that's the only, like, with a healthy Dylan Gabriel. That's all I'm giving you right now. Like,
I said, Sean, I said it earlier today. It is not unrealistic to say this team.
Everyone can beat you on this schedule if you don't wake the fuck up.
I want to add to that. Every team can beat you by double digits.
That's a reality. Whatever, you're going to lose. I don't know if it can be double digits, but you're just going to get beat straight up. And so here's the thing. I have never been. People's like, oh, losing one game, you lose recruits. Fuck the people who say that. But if you start accumulating those losses, you're going to lose some guys. Like, you can't lose 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. So I'm not trying to like be an alarmist, because why would I ever do such a thing? I'm the glass half full guy. I will always like pump up this program and say they could do it if they do this, and that. But right now, like, what the mentality, like, and listen, a lot of those players need to say some positive shit. Maybe they're just trying to like, but like, I need to know. I need one guy after that game to be like, I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. We play like shit. Regardless of this, we didn't do this, we did that. I'm not saying you call out players. We need, like, no. Blah, blah, blah. We went through this shit last week and now we're even worse. Like, we go to like, I want someone to be pissed. I want someone to act like they fucking care. And so I don't care. Even if it was David Agwebu, if he said, you know what, I'm not, I play like shit, blah, blah, blah. This is not good. He'd still be the problem. He'd still be a problem, a liability on the field, but at least I knew he would care. I need to see guys that care. So show me the guys who care. Show me the guys who are going to put the helmet up and say, let's go fucking go out there, try to get a W any way we can. Because the only way I foresee a victory next week is if the defense just does basic shit like they were. If they would just do basic shit like they did the first 3 weeks and not try to you got to simplify shit, because like you got to like stop the run, maybe because you can go after Ewers as far as I'm concerned. I'm smoking just to taking a little hint, just a little hit of hopium right now, just a little bit. So if you get to Ewers, if Reggie Grimes can remember how to play football, if you can actually sack quarterback a couple times and like get them, because their offensive line ain't great, and if you can feed, because like Gray might be dinged up, Marcus Major, give the ball to Javonte fucking Barnes, man, give the ball to Javonte fucking Barnes, like let the true freshman earn his stripes in this game. Baptism by fire. He's ready to go. He was the one positive thing I saw from the game on Saturday. And Javonte Barnes. Oh God, Jalil Farouk gets us to the 39-yard line. You can't do shit with it. That was before Dylan Gabriel got hurt. So
here's a question: why are they trying to force Farouk? It just seems like they are trying.
It's not that they're trying to force things. It's that our fucking quarterback is not accurate. Can't fucking throw the ball consistently.
Nope.
It's not that they're forcing it to him. They're trying. Like, Farouk can make plays. Obviously, you saw what he could do. He can make plays in the open field. You give him the ball, but it's just our quarterback play, man. Like, Dylan Gabriel can't be consistent. But
we talked about that, Sean. We said he's our guy. But I mean, I'm willing to say it. I'm willing to say it. He sucks. He does.
I'm not saying he doesn't suck right now, because even before he got hurt, it's like, my God, man, you're getting worse. You're getting absolutely worse. And there's
why here,
and everyone's put Nick Evers in, dude. If you think it's bad now, put in the true freshman who really doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Here's the question, and I mean, me and Andrew have talked about this. Why is there so much regression? That's my question. Why are they doing things that are you're doing mistakes that a freshman in his second week doing? Y'all
like what's frustrating? What is going on? This is the guy they got because he knew Levy's system, right? He was comfortable with it. So, and yet he can't. And listen, like my buddy Eric Lopez told me, like, yeah, if he's going to miss, he's going to throw high. So this isn't something I wasn't aware of or wasn't like alerted to. But my God, man, it's like
you got to make the throws.
Is the Big 12 this year specifically just that much better than all the Americans? I know.
Yes.
Listen, I know.
Yes.
I guess so. But here's the thing. We haven't even played against the really good teams yet in Baylor and OSU.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
They're going to,
if you want to throw K-State in there as like one of the better teams and people are excited about, fine. Or like TCU with Sonny Dykes, good Lord, like what a hire that's going to turn out to be. But here's the thing. Kansas and TCU is a better football game this week than OU Texas.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I think it's getting game day, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're probably going to Lawrence. Like, good for them. They should have gotten it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, good for Kansas.
But I think TCU will slaughter them, to be perfectly honest. It's not going to matter. They'll still be 5-1 when they roll to Norman better than us. So it's like, oh, what shame. You know, like whoever wins, we lose. Doesn't matter. So I don't know what you do. I really don't. That's
why I want to ask. Why have they regressed so badly? I've been trying to think of everything.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know why it is like.
Yeah, I mean, we saw.
I think part of it is that Levy is still trying to figure out who he can go to, who he can rely on, and at the end of the day, like, I just wish he would run the football more. I wish he would run the football more.
Andrew and I talked about that.
I just wish
trying to force the pass. It's
run the football a little more.
He's trying to make Dylan Gabriel into something he's not. Gabriel in the Big 12 is a game manager.
He's not it's like that's the thing. That's what makes no goddamn sense, because I've seen this dude against a David Shaw Stanford team up close, literally as close as you can fucking get. Torch them. I know he can do this. It's not that, like, I see a David Shaw Stanford team. I saw it up close in person that he torched them in the first half and made them quit. Like, Stanford didn't have a shot because he was picking them apart left and right. So I don't want to hear that's what he was. I just said, there's like, God damn, UCF offense. Holy shit. Heupel's got this shit rolling.
Maybe the Big 12 just breaks people's brains.
So, like, that's the thing. So, for people saying that, he was there for this, dude, he had the numbers to back it up. So, I don't want to. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I didn't say he couldn't do this or no one else. Like, there's expectations. He, like, Dylan Gabriel was good enough to lead you to a Big 12 title. Period.
Yeah,
and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all I was asking. Can you get us to Arlington? And now that ship's pretty much sailed, unless there's an act of God that's going to take place. I mean,
well, according to Marvin Mims, we've been in this position before.
Don't fumble the fucking football, Marvin.
Yeah, momentum completely swung when he dropped it.
Don't drop the fucking football and give it to their team. You know what's funny? It's like I didn't get to watch a lot of college football. Here's the football I watched. I watched my spotty buffering game versus TCU. I had Michigan, Iowa on the TV here because that's all I could get through my HD antenna or whatever. I caught late in the fourth quarter of a game that was already decided between Bama and Arkansas. And I think that's anything else I can think of. Wait, I got to watch Oklahoma State and Baylor because that was on Fox. So I got to watch two real football teams play each other in a competitive football game. But yeah, a lot of other teams, it was a fucked up week in football because Georgia almost lost. Let's
Didn't
see
Bama's
here.
quarterback go out?
USC fucked around
Yeah,
for a little bit for
quarterback
3
was
quarters. USC fucked around for about 3 quarters. Yeah, Bryce Young he's got sprayed shoulder, but guess what? Alabama's still Alabama. What else? Ole Miss took out Kentucky. Trying to think of anything else. But like there are 1, 2, 3. There are 7 teams in the top 25 today that were unranked last week.
Yeah,
that's how fucking crazy it was yesterday. So we're not the only story. We kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit more so, but like still, it's like for the first time, I'm trying to remember the last time that OU and Texas played each other and not one team was ranked. It's been a minute. You might have to
this decade.
You
had 2014, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure one of us was ranked. I'm gonna go back and check real quick.
Yeah.
I know it's been recently, but let's rephrase it. When's the last time they've been there 3-2? That's been a hot minute.
I mean, Texas has been bad, but Oklahoma, let me see here.
No, we were for 2014, we were ranked.
We were 11. Last time both of us were unranked.
Looks like 1998.
98. Yep. Wow. Year 1 of Mac and the year before Bob. Last year, John Blake versus Mac Brown. 98. Last time we were both unranked. Texas whooped our ass that year. I expect a reenactment of this game to be honestly the way things are going. So Jesus.
Did you see that they only have Texas like 5.5? I'm like, I'd be betting money right now.
Oh, it'll be double digits, but it'll be double digits by the end of the week. It'll be double digits.
Unless they take it off the board because Dylan can't play.
I mean, I'm surprised it's not off the board now, considering that. But look, according to Dean, he talked to Dylan. He seemed okay, but that doesn't mean anything because he's still got to go through protocol. He's still got to get tested out. Look,
based on the Tua stuff,
no, it's I don't think they're gonna do that just to do that. Like in all seriousness, if he tests out and he can play, fine. Do I expect that to happen? No. I think he took a pretty hard hit, which was a dirty fucking. I don't care. The dude felt bad. Fuck him. He can cry and feel bad about it all he wants, but like that was a dirty fucking hit, and I'm pissed off about it. So, anyway,
and what killed me? That should have been a bench clearer. Our team should have been out there.
No, nobody was out. No, someone should have got fucking ejected on his behalf.
Yeah.
So because it would have shown someone would have cared.
And that's
you got up in their face and said some bad words. Please, I listened to the unofficial 40 today. Like I said, if that was
I did too.
So like when they say if that was like Jason White, Jamal Brown would have killed a man on the field.
Yeah,
Jamal Brown would have murdered a man on the field. If you did that to Jason White, he's like, "That's my boy. I'm going to murder you."
Yeah. He doesn't have that. They do not have a killer instinct.
I'll sign with the New Orleans Saints when I get out of jail, because my lawyer will get me out because it'll be a crime of heat of passion, and no jury will convict me, especially in the state of Oklahoma. So, yeah, just I don't know what else to say. It's like.
This team has problems.
Well, you have to. There's gonna be guys hitting the portal this year, and there's gonna be guys hitting the portal this year anyway. Like Joseph Wette tried to get out, but he has to wait till certain times.
Yeah, because they changed it right on.
They changed the rules, so we need to portal some bitches out of here who don't give a fuck.
Well, and that's the thing. I asked that, and I said,
and there's nice guys like Bray Walker, who's just a good dude who loves being part of the team, but he has no business being there.
Correct. I mean,
he's really nice and he just loves being there. And it's just like, dude, you have 2 lead feet. Like someone ranked you a 5-star once, and it was just no, this was not meant to be.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it comes down to it, it's 90% on the players, about 10% on the coaches. Because I understand. I hate it, but I understand them having to reel it back a bit just to salvage something. I get it. These players aren't getting it.
I should have known. I should have known something was up when Schmidt didn't kill a person in the offseason. I knew something was up. Schmidt did not kill a man. He did not kill someone in the offseason to send a message to the rest of the team. I knew that was a giant red flag. The moment that I didn't hear someone was secretly killed and buried and. Obviously you wouldn't publicly know about this because there would be an investigation, but it's like,
Should have burned the butt. Should have burned the boat as soon as he had the chance.
So this is back-to-back weeks. We won't see a Turk vlog of the game. We ain't gonna see how happy smiley faces now, are we? For 2 weeks in a row.
Man, they don't deserve it. I'm sorry. I've bitched, moaned, and griped and said it's one thing when the coaches are putting players in positions to automatically make them fit. It's another thing when the players don't give a flying shit.
No,
that's my problem.
Brent has to find out who his leaders are, guys he can count on, and it doesn't matter. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're upperclassmen or they're true freshmen, whatever. He's got to find the guys that give a shit. And that's who got it.
I'm going to be honest.
I don't know. I'm not there
right now.
I don't know. Well, we already talked about two of them. So I mean, I'm not there. I don't know. So I can't tell you who. I don't know who those guys are. I wish I could tell you, but yeah,
I'd bench what's his face on the O line at least.
Well, you got to be way more specific than that. You got to be way more. I would pitch that guy. Like, you got to be way more specific when you say that.
Do you know how little that narrows it down?
Yeah,
Matoyer. I think it's Matoyer. Matau. However you're saying his name.
McCabe Matower. Yeah, I know you're talking about the Cal transfer.
He
sucks. He just sucks.
He's got to sit. Like, there is no reason why he should.
I mean, like, Andrew Rame is sucking, but you don't have anyone behind him. That's the problem. Like the problem with some of these guys is that some of them suck, but like you don't have anyone behind them that you can put in there. So, I don't know.
Like Deshaun White, what's his face is behind him? Harrington. Now we know why he's not part of it. He sucks.
Well, Justin Harrington was playing back. He's playing safety.
Yeah,
he was playing safety back with Broyles. It's not that he sucks. He hasn't played safety. They had him in cheetah position or wherever the fuck. So, I don't know. Like at least. It was Trey Morrison who got the targeting that wasn't called. He looked like he gave a shit. So I'll roll with him, but I don't know. It's just I don't think it's gonna. Depending on injuries, I don't know how bad. Like I don't think it'll be that bad this week, but I don't expect to win either. So it's just like Dylan has to. If they want a chance, Dylan's got to find a way to play. He's got to be good. He's got to be cleared. Not like, well, no. None of this Sam Ehlinger like bullshit that went down to Texas. Because if that shit happens, then I'm gonna be pissed at Brent. Because don't play guys that aren't ready. Don't do what fucking douchebag did.
Yeah.
What Herman did and like put his quarterback out there who got concussed in 17 and like threw the ball away on 4th down. Something was up there.
I miss Herman.
Texas fans on some level miss him because he actually won them a goddamn New Year's Six Bowl once.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a very frustrating, very pissed off game.
Look, Texas thinks they did something because they beat West Virginia. Who cares? Kansas beat West Virginia. West Virginia sucks. West Virginia is the worst team in the Big 12 this year, and then we're right above them probably.
Yeah, I mean,
the only reason I put us above them because of talent, and I'm barely giving us that right now. Now we do have talent. That's what's frustrating.
West Virginia lost to Pitt, and Pitt just looks so horrible.
Oh yeah, they lost to Georgia fucking Tech. They lost to Georgia fucking Tech.
Yeah.
So, anyway, this is why certain years, like, for all the sunshine pumpers, are like, I just go back to like, we're not losing 2 games at home. Kansas, Baylor, OSU. Pick one.
Can I pick all 3?
If you want, sure. Look, because like if you think it's going to be bad this week, imagine when Kansas rolls in. Oh my God.
I don't want to.
Like, I don't want to. There are people who want to fire Brent now because like they have no patience for anything at all. And they want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I understand the frustration. I understand. Here's the thing. I can take the K-State loss. It sucks. I expected the K-State loss. I didn't expect to go down that way, which is, a whole different, topic. But I can take it. Not because I'm used to losing to K-State. It's the fact, okay, look. I know there's new things being installed. I know there's new, we're getting used to certain things. We lost by 7. I can accept that.
Yeah, that was close.
If a couple different plays go a different way, maybe you win.
We still had a chance to win that game at the end.
And they fought at the very end. They fought,
even if they fucked up and didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They still did. What happened when you go down to this past Saturday? Like, that's concerning, and you just and we've already gone ad nauseum for like 40 minutes on this, but it's just, Brent, you're in charge now, dude. This is your first major crisis. Maybe you didn't expect to have a major crisis like this year, but you have one regardless whether you want to or not. And you got it going to the game, the one game that everyone cares about. Like, here's the thing for Brent. Whatever your injury situation is going to turn out to be this week, which it's going to be a mystery until Friday/Saturday or whatever, who's all going to be available. So this game, this Saturday, which I don't expect to win. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. We're not going to win a Big 12, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to change but at the very least, 2 things. One, you have to look like you give a shit. You have to fight. You have to get your players to fight and believe. And second, if by some grace of God you're able to pull a rabbit out of your ass and find a way to win, it will save the season. Yep. Because regardless of what happens the rest of the year, you still won that game. It doesn't fucking matter for the rest of the year, because it's like, I don't care what bowl game we play in, because as I said, I don't give a shit about bowl games. Like, can you get a winning record? Can you get momentum? Can you find a way to get your team up for a couple of games and look like you give a shit? If you go 7-5 or 8-4, I know that seems like a tall order right now, the way things are going, but that's what he's got to do, man. He has got to find a way to regroup and find a way to salvage. Like, you got to have some sort of hope for next year, because that's what you're building for. You're building for 23.
Yeah,
you got to build for 23.
But that's the thing, though, is why are they not trusting the process? Even the Scoop guys were going, they're not trusting Brent and them telling them, you need to be in this position. Why are you going out of position?
I don't know. I wish I had those answers. I wish I could say I had an invisible drone watching shit, but I don't.
Yeah,
I can't. I don't have an answer for you.
It's baffling. At least for me, since I've been paying attention to football, this is the worst game I've ever watched. Period. There is no middle ground. This was
that Baylor game in 2014 was really bad when they literally ran the same play over and over again, and Julian Wilson was getting picked on.
But that was coaching.
And our quarterback got knocked out of that game too.
I was there. I know. It sucked. That's why I've been tempered. But no, this was worse than that. It's the definition of insanity. Baylor was insanity too. This is even worse.
I don't know.
This is worse because you're pressing A over and over and over, hoping you can get the fatality, but you're not.
Nobody knows.
This is button smashing.
Nobody knows what that is anymore.
No, we're in 2022. People better know what Mortal Kombat is.
No, they don't.
Bastards.
That's what I played in I played an actual stand-up arcade machine, and it's something called a 7-Eleven. So that's where all my quarters went after school. So anyway,
7-Eleven. We have Casey's now. What are you talking about?
7-Eleven. Jesus Christ. Something is afoot at the Circle K. Anyway, this is the first time. Like, I had blind stupid hope in 05. And to an extent, I had blind stupid hope in 09, but I had reason to have blind stupid hope in 09. This is the first time in my adult life I've had no hope going into this game. Like zero. Like zero hope. I wish casted a couple of like scenarios for you, like in this stream. It's not like I believe them though. I came up with something at least, but it's like, this isn't like, and look, this isn't a great Texas team. They're good enough, and they can listen. If Texas were to fuck this up, I will never let them forget it, ever. But I don't expect them to. Not at this point.
It would be it would be an all-time mess up by Texas.
Dylan would have to play the game of his life. That's what we would have to. That's what would have to happen. But I don't expect that. I don't expect it to play, and if it does, I don't expect that to happen either. So
I mean,
if you fuck this up, Longhorns, if you fuck this up, you need to fire Zark. If you fuck this up, like you're worse than Jimbo right now.
I mean,
fuck this up.
I mean, where I am on it, I have a fool's hope for it.
No,
but
we all have fool's hope.
No, I have no.
But
hope.
I'm also at this point.
I'm going to do a watch-along stream, and I'm going to title it "Come Watch an OU Fan Suffer" as he watches Texas beat Oklahoma.
I'm, in all honesty,
do it. I'm going to do it. People will pay me pity money. People will throw pity money my way.
TCU gave us pity money. They stopped because they're like, we can throw.
Well, that's because they almost killed one of our players.
That's fair. That's fair.
To be fair, I don't like it was an accident. I don't think they intended to hurt him.
No, this wasn't.
They almost killed Dylan Gabriel. So
yeah.
But like,
what were you gonna say, Andrew?
You know, all I have to say is this kind of tells you where I am on the game.
If you have tickets, sell them right now. There's no point.
I'm more excited for the MLB playoffs this weekend than I am for OU Texas.
Oh, another thing. You just reminded me. It was so fucking bad. It was so bad that I was happy to see Aaron Judge interrupt my football game. Because at least people, they weren't watching us get our asses kicked. They were paying attention to something worthwhile.
By the way, my dad got pissed that ABC took the game away from it because he's like,
why? Why did they do a fucking favor? Why were they mad? You didn't miss anything.
My dad was pissed because he's like, they took us off the air. That's how bad we were.
Yeah, you deserve to be taken off the air. I watched on the ESPN app, so I didn't have that issue. So, because that's the only way I could watch it. But
I'll be honest. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it was like, tell your dad they did it. They put him out of his misery.
That's what I said. I'm like, bro.
Missed anything. Here's the thing. It was so bad. I recorded my recap video before the third quarter was over.
Yeah.
Because I knew with my hotspot, it was going to take over an hour just to upload the video. So it would be timed perfectly to be ready to watch as soon as the game ended. I literally timed it so I could upload it and have it ready to go so people could watch my suffering after the game went final.
When they're like, team, I'm like, you answer that for me. I'm trying to figure that out, and I know, and I don't know.
It's like
I'm gonna be honest. I told my dad and mom I've had 3 kidney stones in my life, and they put up a better damn defense than what we did on Saturday. They put up more of a fight. I'm just saying. My
gallstones put up a bigger fight a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I'm just saying we've reached that point.
I'm getting too old.
I'm frustrated.
I'm turning 40 this year. I'm too old for this shit.
At least you're not. The monkey paw really curled on this one. I'm just saying. And I mean, I don't know what else you say on it. We're at a loss, and I think Brent's at a loss too. And what do you do?
People want to, for the assholes who say it's not going to work, they want to fire Brent. It's like, and then do what? What do you want to do now? Who do you want to hire? Yeah. Let's be reactionary like message board assholes. Fire the coach. And everyone's going to be lining up to coach this roster and coach this program. Yeah, we have an AED and a president who are trigger happy after 1 year. We did that with one coach ever because he was a drunk and pathetic piece of shit. And don't rest in peace. Fuck you, Howard Schnellenberger. Yeah. Other than that,
well, and it's yeah.
No, guys. The solution is simple. That's what we do. We burn everything to the ground and convince Matt Campbell or the Kansas coach to come. It's easy.
Matt Campbell should have cashed his check like a couple years ago. He fucked that up.
And then just pay all the best players. That's all we have to do. That's all we
Here's the thing. Do. Like Colorado fired their coach. Paul Chris got fired at Wisconsin today. There's so many coaches getting fired. Brent's not getting fired unless he does something morally horrendous. Just like, no, He's not.
I mean, people understand.
I like some of the players in this upcoming class, and I would like to keep most of them if possible. I would like to keep PJ Atabare, please. PJ Atabare is a true freshman, can wreak havoc on a opposing offensive lines next year. Please, can we keep him? I would need to keep PJ Atabare, please.
And I had a thought, and it was something earlier, and I feel like maybe I'm spot on to something, but maybe not. Do you think the reason why we brought Ted Roof's son with us was because he can actually play linebacker and he was going to be a leader on
he's hurt. He's out for the year.
Right, but when we lost him, they lost that crucial piece, and it's
if Ted Roof Jr. is the
I don't think it's outside the question.
If TD Roof is the reason we suck, we have bigger problems than that than we realize. If we have like TD, no, like fuck that. No, like some of these guys have played enough football. It's like not knowing all of Brent's system doesn't like alleviate you from taking poor angles and tackling. When taking poor pursuit angles,
it doesn't. The players are not executing, and I don't understand how. It seems like tackling. Why have they regressed to stuff that I would do on the field right now? I don't understand.
The truth of the matter is, if we had our defensive line from last year, we'd be in a much better spot because guess what? Those guys could actually make plays consistently. So when they were allowed to anyways, don't get me starting that shit. But like if we had Isaiah Thomas, Perron Winfrey, and Nick Benito for at least another year, it would mask a lot of shit because it did mask a lot of shit. Could you imagine if we didn't have those guys last year? This is kind of what it would look like.
Yeah.
So we need to get more playmakers on the D line, but we are getting those people. They are in. But believe it or not, we have one or two in this upcoming class. So it's just you got to let Brent's got to build, man. It's going to be a little bit of a slow build, and the goal for next year is like the goal for next year is what I wanted the goal to be for this year. Can you just get to Arlington? Yeah. Can you get to Arlington? That should be I'm going to say realistic goal. Yeah, I'm going to say a realistic goal because I'm not going to let 1 year fuck up how I think about OU football. But yeah, like the crazy message board people want to fire people right away because like they have access to the internet, and that's where they go. There's some people who should never have access to the internet. And it's like I try to rationalize with these people. It's like it's okay to like. It's like guys, you have a right to be mad, but you're some of you say stupid shit. And it's just drives me insane. And it's like the reactionary people who always react to things want to come at me. Oh, you told me this and that. It's like you fuckers react to everything. Every bad thing that happens, you think is the end of the world. So I never take you seriously. Of course, if you do the same thing after everything bad happens, eventually, a broken clock will be right twice a day. So I don't want the reactionary person is right for once. It's like, fuck you. Someone completes a pass. The opposing offense completes a third down, converts a third down to move the sticks. You think it's the end of the world? Like college football fans were a mistake.
Football fans were a mistake.
The Dallas Cowboys are 3-1 with a backup quarterback. I live in that universe. They beat the Bengals, who play in the Super Bowl last year, and they're going to play the Rams next week. What Dak is allegedly coming back, so we're probably definitely going to lose. We're definitely going to lose. Everyone, Dak is back because people want to keep Cooper, but like I watched Cooper play today. I'm like, he's all right.
He's a
serviceable backup. That's what you wanted him to be.
And you need backups in the NFL.
Aaron Darnold is going to murder someone next week. I can't wait. So I have literally had internet and cable back for about how long?
12 hours?
No, not even that. 5 hours.
You've had a lot of.
I've had hotspot moments where I get on and I was able to sneak on and do one Hank Hill video to celebrate the CeeDee Lamb touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had a great day today. There's at least one Oklahoma suitor this weekend who did something worth a shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Kyler won today. Finally, someone had to lose in the Kyler versus Baker game today. So
Baker makes me so sad.
Well, he doesn't have an offensive line. and he was betrayed by his previous organization because they wanted to give a rapist over $100 million. So, and that's what he is. He's a fucking rapist. You can try to switch it any way you want.
Baker's bad though.
Baker got dropped. Baker's not bad. He's just not an elite superstar. There's a difference.
No,
Baker's good. Baker's good enough to be a starting quarterback on an NFL roster. He's just not elite. Both can be true. So,
I mean,
I'm not sure about that.
Kyler Murray needs to put down the PS5 controller or whatever the fuck he plays on.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point. I mean, yeah, the offensive line, Carolina, but man, he's looked bleak in Carolina.
He needs it. Like what? There's not many quarterbacks in the league who could win without a decent O line. You need to have an O line. The Panthers O line sucks. There's no there's no getting around that.
I mean, they do suck, but even for no line, it's bleak. It's fucking it's bleak. I mean,
well, no, he's got Christian McCaffrey who's hurt half the time, and he's got whatever receivers he's got to throw to. So he doesn't have the weapons he has at Cleveland. I'm sorry, that's just the truth.
But still, DJ Moore is normally good for about 1,000 yards, and he's only on pace for.
Yeah, but you need more than one guy. You need more than one guy. As good as much as I like CD Lamb. Thank God Michael Gallup's back today.
Yeah, but
making plays.
But Carolina hasn't had a quarterback for years. He had Darnold.
Then Cam Newton.
Washed up Cam. His year by year yards have been 780.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Super Bowl 50 was a while ago. Fuck me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it looks bleak. I hate saying that, but it looks he looks
all right.
Carolina
fine.
Really
I mean, I'm not a Panthers fan. I'm not going to pretend to be, but at the same time, I wish luck for all the Creed Humphrey's having a good night. So.
Oh yeah.
He and Orlando Brown, I guess. So because Tom Brady came back and he probably shouldn't have. So
yeah, he wants to win one more and go out.
He's not winning one more.
I think his prime is fine.
There's a reason his wife is pissed. It's like, Tom, you're the greatest of all time. For fuck's sake, go.
Just you don't need one more. Yeah,
you're the greatest of all time. It would take a demigod from Mount Olympus to duplicate what you did. Come on.
Yeah.
You have the most individual rings ever. No one's going to top you. You went to Tampa. You got another one to give a double bird to New England. You did it.
Yeah.
And you beat Mahomes of all. You should have you should have rode off into the sunset then.
Brady didn't beat Mahomes.
The Bucks line. You know what I'm talking. Please, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
And you got to. It was a COVID year, but even so, you did it in your home stadium, even though it was partially scattered. You got to do it.
No, it wasn't. No, you're right. That was a COVID year. No, you're right. That was a COVID year.
Yeah, it was COVID.
I was thinking of the Niners Chiefs. You're right. No, you're right. The
Niners Chief was right before COVID. Literally right before COVID happened.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Sean. And I was thinking about this as well. Chat brought it up. Do you think Bill Bedenbaugh's seat is hot?
No. It's not Bill Bedenbaugh's fault. It's not Bill Bedenbaugh's fault. This is no, you got to get this is bro. It is not Bill Bedenbaugh's fault. We need to stop that. Our team has been Charmin soft under the previous regime for a while. With Benny, it's going to take more than a year at this point. We finally saw it. It's going to take more than a year to get this, because people want to I want to people say we got a bad culture, Norman. Fuck you. It's we're in October of year one. Fucking culture. We got a bad culture, Norman. There is no fucking culture. He's trying to rebuild it.
Do you think it's less a bad culture and more of a? Do you think it's more of a holdover from the previous year?
Yes, because Benny fucking Wiley was our strength, and he's this CrossFit bullshit. It's going to take another year, and it was it's his players. Yeah, it's also something. Again, the whole thing's got to be rebuilt.
Yeah,
this is not getting rid of Bill Bedenbaugh is not going to fix the problem. Bedenbaugh is not the issue.
Lincoln Riley
like
was
people
well
are reaching. People are trying to find scapegoats here. It's like, oh, maybe this is the problem. Maybe this is the problem. No, it was like this was like a deep rooted problem that was building over the past couple of years, and we're seeing this is what we have to deal with.
Well, and it's also
when guys are put under a little bit of crunch time, a little bit of pressure. This is year one. So in order to fix that, you have to. Some of these upperclassmen guys got to go. They got to graduate, declare early, whatever it may be. I'm not saying everyone's got to do that, but we've talked about the guys. Like Justin Broyles cannot be on your football field if you want to be a top 5 program in the country. It just can't happen.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Is this the first time?
You can't have Justin Broyles on your football team. Period.
Right, and that's where I was saying, like, is this kind of the first time they have had accountability?
I would like
holding them accountable.
I would prefer like bring back Will Johnson. Bring back guys like Will Johnson, who's like a 3-star with like a 4-star heart. I ain't giving him 5-star heart. We'll give him a 4-star, 3-star, 4-star. He at least made plays once in a while. At least I can recall. He wasn't great at all, but I can recall him making plays every so often.
Do you think Venables is going to be a little more involved now than he already is? Like, I feel like he's going to be involved.
He was already involved in the defense. Like, I feel like he's very involved in the defense.
Well, I'm going to be
Ted Roof is a puppet. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Ted Roof is never going to be the guy. Ted Roof is a guy to wear a headset and say, "All right, do this now. Run this formation. Run this." That's what he's there for. Because he has a guy, he is a guy there to run his defense. Ted, you know what to call. Boom. Because you look at Ted Roof's resume, there's nothing impressive about Ted Roof's resume.
Right.
Ted is a puppet to do what he wants. It's a guy here. You could be up in the booth and do what I need you to do up there. I could be down here running the team. That's what he's there for. So
here's another question for you, and I think it's realistic. Sooner Scoop guys brought it up later today, and I thought of it earlier today. I'm a little worried if I don't expect us to win against Texas. I want to make that clear. I'm really worried about Boo Birds coming out on Kansas.
Of course they are. Of course they're going to boo.
I think they're coming.
Yeah. And it's going to suck because it's a big recruiting day, too. That's recruiting day. So guess what?
Right. We've talked about it a lot.
Guess what? Get your shit together.
Is this a point where we got to tell the players, get good?
What like we're at Xbox Live?
Yeah. I'm not kidding. Are we at the point of coach, I'm not good. Get good. That's the only option, or leave.
Get good. Get good. Get good.
Play well. I mean, that's play well. Simple as that.
Literally. Anyway, I'm just but you know what helps though? It's almost cathartic when shit like this happens because I don't have to worry about fucking playoff shit anymore or pay attention to that shit. It's a stretch. It's another weight off my shoulders. I don't have to worry about that shit this year. I don't have to go in with a narrative or a counter narrative, mind you, for why OU should be ranked a certain place because it doesn't fucking matter anymore. It really doesn't. So I don't have to waste all that energy this year and saying, can't believe OU's ranked number 11 when they've beaten this team. I don't have to worry about that shit because they're probably not going to. So I could be as honest as possible when it comes to top 10s and playout and first 2 out, top 4. I could still do all that shit, and no one can say, "Well, you're just biased." Biased against what? My team's barely in the top 25 if they're there at all. So it's one of those years. I had it in 05, I had it in 09, I had it in 14. 16, I was a little bit of a homer. I kept trying to come up with weird fucking like mental gymnastics ways because they were on such a roll at a point in 16. It's like, this is the last team you want to play with the way Baker and D.D. Westbrook lighten it up. If only they could have just beaten Houston, maybe they could have made an argument, but I don't have to worry about like whether we belong and because we don't. So I don't have to worry about that shit this year. I can breathe. And you know what the best part is? Like October's here. It's going to be a great anime season. I got Chainsaw Man. I got the second half of Spy Family. I got more My Hero Academia. So what else am I missing? Just like a whole bunch of shit. October is a big month for my weebness.
For Andrew, he's got hockey, he's got MLB. Like, this is the month for him, right?
Oh yeah.
What are you, Canadian?
Oh yeah. But no, honestly,
who the fuck is your hockey team?
Honestly, I kind of follow the Blue Jackets, but I don't really care about hockey until the playoffs because
the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio.
They've been around for like a week and a half.
Yeah, but I'm from Ohio. Yeah, but I'm from Ohio, so I mean, I like it. Chicago does well.
Throw an original 6 team up there or something, so I can respect you more. But I'm fucking with you.
I like Chicago. I mean,
how convenient. Okay, so you do have an original 6 team under your belt.
My parents are from. My parents are from. My parents are from there.
You got a little Chicago accent there going.
Chicago, yeah, right. Yeah, but I mean,
you got a little Bears going on.
The Bears.
I mean, I grew up rooting for Ohio State. So what's that telling you?
I mean, Ohio State's Ohio State might win the national title this year. The way they're playing, Jesus F.
Yeah,
and that's disappointing because we're like, oh, Ryan Day, it's going to be a slow. No, it's gone the complete opposite.
No, like
so disappointing.
Their best receiver is like hobbled all year, and it doesn't matter because like they get guys like Emeka Egbuka or whatever guys we were trying to recruit because I wish we had him.
Yeah, I mean no, but it's true. I mean, it is a big month. I mean, plus it gives me a chance.
Ohio State is going to kill Michigan this year.
It doesn't.
Gotta be glorious.
Gives me a chance to do stuff because, like, because I can focus on MLB playoffs. I can focus on other stuff, which isn't bad. I mean, I'm still gonna watch. I'm still gonna vote you on the background, and I'll switch to it if things look good. But yeah,
anyway,
I'm scared for this weekend.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch it and be like. I'm gonna watch it, and if I just want to see them look somewhat competent.
Yeah,
I know I'm asking a lot right now based on what I saw this past Saturday because I put in a lot more effort to make sure I watched that game with my hotspot than they did the entire game, like especially defensively. I put in more effort to get my hotspot up so I could watch through the ESPN app through the cable provider. Make sure I was logged in, make sure it was running and it was buffering, making sure I don't miss like the commercials seemed to stream just fine, which I find a little interesting. The game would buffer at times, but those commercials didn't miss one, didn't buffer at all. Got to see all the Spectrum ads and everything. Fantastic.
What internet do you have? Is it Spectrum?
Is it Spectrum?
I'm so sorry.
And I just kept tweeting at them, incompetent. I hate you with every fiber of my being. It's like my internet was literally up and running when the power came back on, and then it goes down. Like, did you time that on purpose, you piece of garbage? Like, are you trying to fucking torture me?
Did they call you? Did they respond to you?
Because literally, my power came on Friday. Came on Friday afternoon, and I had the internet was up and running for about 5 minutes. And then it goes out. I think in
retrospect, they were trying to save you.
No, but I still, there's still other shit. I could have watched other games and watched other teams and say that's what a real football team looks like. They wouldn't let me do that for most. I literally went and got rabbit ears. I literally walked to Walmart. I didn't have to, but I just decided to. I wanted to get a walk because it's like literally. I live like Walmart's like literally a 15-second car ride. Once I get out on the street, like if that, and it's like, go walk. It'll take me like 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops to walk, get a good brisk walk, go into the section. And you know what the funny part was on Saturday morning? I walk into Walmart. My intention, I need to get an HD antenna. And you know who they have in there at Walmart in the electronics section? Every day. No. Every day they have 2 people in suits whose poor fucking job is to stand there and ask people, would you like to sign up for Spectrum?
Yep.
And it's like a guy made eye contact with me I immediately turned because I knew if I started a conversation with this dude, I was going to say some shit to him, and it was not his fault because he's just doing his job. But I was about to motherfuck someone in Walmart because the reason I'm fucking here is because your goddamn service isn't up and running because y'all act like you've never dealt with a tropical storm in Orlando before. Like I would have I would have ended. I don't know if World Star still exists, but I would have been like the star attraction for the day.
Would have been more exciting. You would have put up more of a defense than our guys did.
Yeah.
I'm convinced
Put me
to bring
in,
back
coach.
the milk cartons.
I may be almost 40, but I got at least 1 or 2 hits left in me. I promise you.
Got 2 more.
Just 1 or 2 hits left in me, man. I'm telling you.
You got 2 more, Sean, and then it's just baffling. It's just we're going in circles at this point, but it's just
and people are trying to figure out if Brett's the guy or he's like Gary Gibbs 2.0 or whatever. It's like
you gotta give him time. Like you gotta give the guys.
Listen, if the team looks like this next year, listen, like I said before, I can handle a game like K-State. It sucks. It's frustrating. But I can handle it. You can't have a game like this next year. You just can't. You can't look that incompetent. Because if you do, that's when the real questions are going to start. Because the problem is that everyone bought into the hype, everyone bought into the Kool-Aid, and I think what also helped it helps, but it hurts at the same time. The recruiting looked awesome, and it was just a shitty week overall. Just a bit because for me, you had the hurricane on top of everything, but you had the David Hicks bullshit, which again, fuck him. His mom looked embarrassed.
That's what I was gonna say. Can I ask you a question on that?
His mom looked devastated. His mom looked horrified.
That was something that seemed, and I don't know. I can't really read people.
Oh, I could read. She did not look happy at all. She looked embarrassed. She looked horrified. That her son is making.
It's all happy, like because he's getting a payday.
Fake smile. He was all happy and all that. Like
because he knew he probably burned all of his bridges in Texas now as a high school coach. They're not going to pick him up now. Why would they want to pick him up as a coach?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? A&M loves bro.
Yeah, well,
they didn't burn any bridges. No.
Well, no, I'm saying he did.
Who burned bridges?
Hicks' dad, because he's a high school coach down there, and they're saying that's not something you do down there. Like you guide your recruits, you don't play teams like that. That's going to hurt him in the long run.
Oh yeah, because A&M's never going to take recruits from him ever again, right?
If he's not hired somewhere, that was
thanks, bro. Appreciate it. No, it's no, like again, that was some Southwest Conference bullshit right there. If I ever saw it, that was some old school Pony Excess Southwest Conference bullshit.
Yep.
That was like right there. Like if you had put this story in that documentary, it would have fit right in. It's like boom, bagged him. Like OU had like a high 6-figure offer for David Hicks for NIL shit. And then Aggies just said, oh, and by the way, keep telling him you're committed till the very last second.
Yeah,
that is some Southwest Conference bullshit.
You know the stupid part that I just keep hearing, and it's driving me nuts. I'm like, guys, just let it go. Oh, we're gonna lawyer up, and we're gonna RICO.
No. David Hicks is dead to me because his college career is fucking dead, as far as I'm concerned. Because, as I said before, 8-4 is tradition in College Station. You're not gonna win shit. Nothing's gonna happen. Like we will probably play against him at some point soon. So we got that going for us. But that's the only thing that's missing. Like we have got to get into the SEC at some point and like start playing those games and at some point winning those games and beating the first time we get to play A&M and get to beat their asses. Oh,
do you think this is was this called to OU? Because it's kind of convenient that after the David Hicks shit happened, the Crimson NIL was released. Do you think they sped that up really fast? Well, thinking about that, I'm like, no, this can't, but maybe it is.
Well, here's the thing: people are like, Jimbo's starting to get on the hot seat a little bit, and I don't believe it right now, but there's been rumblings of like the big money, the big oil guys are getting to the point where it's like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Paying you for?
Well, no, it's a lot of money to buy that fucker out. But you know what? If you keep going 8-4,
Nebraska did. They said
no. That if it is not 15 million buyout. This is
right, but Nebraska.
This is not a $15 million buyout, dude. You need to go look at Jimbo's contract.
Right,
and how much
it's huge.
Huge. That's what. Like, it's now they're gonna. Now, Texas oil men can be reactionary message board assholes like the rest of us at times, but because like, here's the thing, they play Bama this week, but Bryce Young, it might be out, so it's going to be an interesting matchup here. I still think Bama's going to beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, it's going to be another 8-4 season.
Because A&M got no offense.
A&M hasn't shown us anything this year. They haven't shown us
A&M's got no offense. They suck. Mississippi State, like, thank you, Mike Leach. Mike Leach might be a Trump supporting piece of shit, but you know what? Thank you, Mike Leach. Thank you, Mike Leach. I love you regardless. Yeah, it's just
he was hysterical on A&M. That was
he always is. He always is. I just think at the end of the day, like, A&M's going to lose. Like, they'll lose to Bama. Do they have anyone? I'm actually curious because A&M still losing going 8-4 does like make me smile.
They have Ole Miss, Florida.
Ole Miss will beat them. Okay,
I have it up. They have.
Yeah, okay. Bama will lose. They'll beat South Carolina. They'll probably lose. Florida could beat them.
Yeah.
Florida could definitely beat them if they get their shit together a little bit. Because they have the quarterback who could at least run on them and do some shit.
LSU.
I mean, they are 4-1.
I hate to give Brian Kelly any kind of credit, but that would be it. But Brian Kelly,
I mean, okay. Here's the thing: that game with Florida State, which was, oh my god, you couldn't script a more fucked up ending. Barely beating off. Let's see, Tennessee is gonna whoop LSU this week. Like, they barely beat a bad Auburn team. Tennessee, like, first of all, Heupel. Can we talk, like, let's talk about Heupel for a little bit.
Are you about to get on your soapbox, or are you praising
no.
Or a little bit of both?
No. Hang on. Like, I've been saying this for a couple weeks now, so it's nothing new for people who follow me. But, like, I'll tell you what, man. They got Bama in a couple weeks. He wins, and that's in Knoxville. If they win that game, not only are they storming the fucking field, because TCU did that, which was cute. But Tennessee will have a right to storm the field because they haven't beaten Bama since 2006. It's been a minute. If he pulls that off, not only when they storm the field, they'll carry him off. He will have a statue the next morning. They will pay triple for a rush job. They will have that thing rolled out and dedicated in his honor.
Oh yeah.
To head coach Josh Heupel beat Bama. He beat Bama, like, final score, like October 15th. October 15th.
He will never have to pay for his drink ever again.
Oh, dude, but here's another thing. You know what? Here's what's funny. I'm starting to think, based on the past couple weeks, Falls could win the East.
They could, yeah.
Georgia's human. Georgia is human. Like, because, like, remember in the beginning of the year, it was like, oh, Georgia's up here, and everyone's like, no, fuck, that shit's gone. Because Missouri should have won last night, and I couldn't watch
they grew up on themselves
because I couldn't watch the game, but I was doing Gamecast. I was like, I had Gamecast, like, come on. 63-yard one to the 1 yard line, and they'd settle for field goal. I'm like, are you kidding me? If they turn a couple of those, Mizzou got a legit kicker, by the way. If they turn a couple of those,
he's fantastic.
Yeah, if they turn a couple of those field goals and the touchdowns, they win going away. And that was against Mizzou, and Mizzou got crushed by K-State. So I know transitive doesn't always work, but, like, my God, man, let me tell you something. Tennessee, if they can stay healthy, Hendon Hooker, man, I'm telling you. Do they host let me double check. Do they host? I know the Vols. They host. Okay, they're at Georgia. Fuck. But this is their schedule. They got LSU this week on the road. And then they host Bama. Then they got UT Martin, which is a layup. Then they host Kentucky at home. And then they're at Georgia on November 5th. I'm telling you, man. Tennessee. And here's Georgia's schedule. They got Auburn this week. They should crush them. Then they got Vandy. Then they got Florida. This is Georgia's schedule. It just got a little tougher. Florida at the cocktail party. Tennessee at Mississippi State at Kentucky.
Ooh.
So now that they look a little human. I don't know, man.
Believing.
Here's the thing. Tennessee was beating down Florida, and they let them get back at the game with them, and they almost so.
Do you think Tennessee then is going to face Bama again?
Well, I'm not gonna get crazy and say they're going to win the SEC, but if they can get through, if they can get through, because Georgia's the key. They need to beat Georgia. They need to beat Georgia more than they need to beat Bama.
Yeah.
But they want that Bama game more than anything.
They're foaming at the mouth, man. They want that Bama.
And I was at AEW last year when they were on the road, and they through 3 quarters it was a football game. I was like, oh shit. Because I was on my phone, I'm watching wrestling. I was like, shit. I was like, fuck the wrestling. Tennessee is playing with Alabama. Holy shit. So I'm trying to get a reception. Guys, Tennessee is shut the fuck up, wrestling.
I mean, it's happened. It's coming.
I think Heupel could beat Bama this year, man. I'm telling you. Arkansas was able to put points on them, and they don't have a quarter. Well, I mean, they have an okay. Hooker's better than KJ Jefferson.
Yeah.
For Heupel, and I have some friends who are Tennessee fans who have been long-suffering Tennessee fans for the past 16 years. They have suffered.
Vol is one of them.
Who? What?
Big Vol Daddy.
Yeah, that dude's he's had some medical issues lately, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He had a foot removed recently. Yeah, it's been rough.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he did not take care of himself. I'll tell you what, man, if that will be a celebration in Knoxville if they find a way to, because they had a little bit of a decent run in 16.
Yeah.
The Hail Mary to beat Georgia. That was an amazing finish. And they went down to A&M, and they just accumulated too many injuries in that game. They couldn't keep it. They almost pulled that one off. How long is Bryce Young out? Day to day. Sprained shoulder. His throwing shoulder, mind you. So that's good news. I don't think he's playing this week. So
I'd be surprised.
Does he
he played. I mean, and ironically, it's a game they would need him the most.
There you go.
But anyway, that's all I got. We're talking about other shit now. We suck. We suck. Time to move on. We suck.
Yep, we do. We're garbage. We're garbage. What?
But I got Chainsaw Man this month, and I'm hyped. So Chainsaw Man coming out this month. I'm really hyped for that. So
Chainsaw Man.
Dude, that's going to be your college football player's favorite anime in a year or two.
Chainsaw Man, yeah.
College football players' favorite anime they're watching will be Chainsaw Man. Just watch it. It's coming.
It's good for me too, man. Video games, everything this month, man. I will say the one positive from this game, Sean, and I told Andrew, I was very much considering it last minute. I said, nah, I'm not going to. I just need to save money. Almost went to this away game. Very glad I saved myself money for that. That would have been a very poor life decision.
I'm just imagining. I've been jonesing to go to OU Texas for a while. I'm kind of glad I'm not going now.
I mean, look, saving
I'd
money.
be like, oh god. I can just buy a PS5 instead.
Yeah. Look, all that matters is getting to God of War Ragnarok.
I don't have time to play video games anymore. I barely have time to watch stuff I want to watch, or like I watched She-Hulk today because I missed it because of the hurricane. I'm like, oh, is this the Daredevil? Nope, not the Daredevil episode yet. Didn't miss anything. All right.
Yeah.
Still waiting on the Daredevil episode.
How many more episodes are left?
I don't know, but they're hinting at the Daredevil episode. I want to see the goddamn Daredevil episode, She-Hulk. I like She-Hulk. I think it's funny. I enjoy the content, but
when are we getting to
Daredevil episode? Where's my Daredevil episode?
When are we getting to the fireworks factory?
When are we gonna get to the fireworks factory? See, you don't fuck you. No, fuck you, Josh. You don't get that reference.
I just think it's funny.
No, you don't get that reference. This motherfucker has not watched the first 8 or 9 seasons of The Simpsons. You do not get to laugh at that.
Shame.
See,
Andrew, you know that.
I know.
I haven't watched it.
Fuck, like to this day, you don't watch The Simpsons.
It's still
funny.
Shame.
I can laugh at that.
but
you don't know the context of the joke.
It's true. It was.
I mean, you kind of do, but still, it's the same vein. It's like you're waiting for something to happen in a thing. It's like, when are we gonna get to the fireworks factory? It's Milhouse, like watching. He's just laying down on the floor, just like pounding the floor. When are we gonna get to the fireworks? They never do. Never get to the fireworks factory.
That's so depressing.
Hey, Poochie was done dirty. He just needed more time.
Oh God. Poochie went back to his home planet. His spaceship exploded on the way back. Yay!
Hey, that's literally every single Chicago Bears coach gets fired.
God,
they go back to their home planet.
It's the Krusty Comedy Classic. Oh boy. And it's KKK. See, you need to see some of these great moments.
How about this? How about you make me a list of these great moments?
It's
called.
You have Disney Plus. It's called Start with Season 1. Listen, the first couple seasons are a little rough. I'm not gonna lie, but once it gets to the groove,
season 4 is like the biggest. Is like season 3 is really, really good, but season 4 is when it gets money, and then you can just go to like season 9.
Yeah, about season 9 is where I'd stop.
Personally, I like 10, 11, 12, but there's some gems in 10, 11, 12, but like when it gets to a point where it's like The Simpsons is still here. Why? It needs to stop. There's just because they make money.
There's a certain voice actor who plays like 12 characters that are not the main characters is getting up there in age and will die soon. So I'm not saying
That's like half of them.
Like Harry Shearer is like, Harry Shearer, I love you, but at some point you're gonna croak and like the show is over. It's just done. Like you play all the best side characters and like when Phil Hartman was murdered, we lost 2 great characters they could never bring back. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such educational films as 2 - 3 = negative fun and Firecrackers, the Silent Killer.
I'll just add The Simpsons to my list at this point. Just
Mr. McClure? Oh, hello, Bobby. Jimmy. I'm curious as how meat gets from the ranch to my stomach. Whoa. Slow down there, Jimmy. You just asked a mouthful. It all starts here at the high-density feedlot, and then where the cattle are just right. It's time for them to graduate from Bovine University. And they all get forced on the conveyor belt. When
I grow up, I'm going to Bovine University.
Come on, Jimmy. Let's take a peek at the killing floor. Don't let the name throw you, Jimmy. It's not really a floor. It's more like a steel grating that allows material to sluice through so it can be collected and exported. They walk out from the slaughterhouse. Getting hungry, Jimmy? Mr. McClure, I have this crazy friend who says it's wrong to eat meat. Is he crazy? No, just ignorant. You see, your crazy friend here never heard of the food chain. And there's a picture of like a human being outlined with like lines of like all the animals pointing towards it. Just ask this scientician, He'll tell you that in nature, one creature invariably it's another to survive. And then it shows like a dog catching a frisbee, and then like a lamb getting run down by a wolf, a shark grabbing a gorilla, a shark grabbing a gorilla from Don't let them kid you, Jimmy. If a cow had the chance, he would eat you and everyone you care about.
Everyone you love.
And then it just the cow's head turns and it just zooms in on his eyes with ominous music playing. Well, Mr. McClure, I was a grade A moron to think it was wrong eating meat. Yes, you were, Jimmy. Yes, you were. Russell's. You're hurting me. Dun, 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 dun. I know that by heart because I've seen that episode so many times, and I made like the parody of that for OU Texas 2011. So where I replaced all of the cutaway images with like plays from the game. So it's like just take a look at the food chain. I had OU's logo in the middle and all their opponents for 2011 just pointing to the food chain. That worked out well until Broyles got hurt.
Yeah, I was that too.
And now, I've been itching to do a newer version of that so badly. Not this year.
No, it'd be reversed this year. Yeah.
No, instead I did for 2020 I did the Freakazoid Relaxovision bit.
Ooh.
Where I would show highlights of like all the big plays that you made in 2020, but I would cut away right before they happen because it was like a censored version for Texas fans so they could watch OU Texas highlights. Every time like a bad thing is about to happen to Texas, they would cut to Relaxovision. That's a deep cut for those who know what that is. But you need to watch the goddamn Simpsons. You see, the problem for Josh is that he wasn't like me. I grew up in a world where I had The Simpsons in syndication after school, like 5 o'clock and 5:30 Eastern on my Fox.
Oh
affiliate.
yeah.
So I watched two episodes. I watched 2 classic episodes of The Simpsons every weekday. So all that shit is beaten to my head. It is formed like The Simpsons is like a foundation of my sense of humor, along with my generation. So it's just everything about it. Man.
I was a censored kid. My parents would not let me watch The Simpsons, but I will still throw the joke.
That's because your parents suck. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
My dad will tell you I'm still waiting on those hurricane photos.
So Ed, if you're wondering why your son is a little sometimes, it's because you didn't let him watch The Simpsons and develop a really good sense of humor like me. There's a reason you enjoy watching my videos. The Simpsons is a big part of that.
But you know what he would say
So
to you.
bad parenting on your end, Ed. Bad parenting on your end.
But you know what he would say, though? I know what he would say. He'd be like, yeah, that's true. But I let him watch Beetlejuice when he was 3 years old, while his mom would not.
Or you're referring to the movie?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I thought you meant something else for a second.
No. The running joke in the family is when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Did you run around saying nice fucking model? Was that what you did?
No.
Because that happened to me once and I got in trouble.
No. Mom let me watch Beetlejuice with Dad, but she would vehemently refuse to let me watch Nightmare Before Christmas. And to this day, I say, why?
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm throwing the challenge flag here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got this right. You were allowed to watch Beetlejuice.
Yes.
With Michael Keaton grabbing his crotch and saying nice fucking model and a bunch of innuendos and like with the whorehouse and everything.
Yes.
But Tim Burton's family-friendly musical, The Nightmare Before Christmas, was just too much.
Yes, I'm not joking on that. And I'd say, but why? And she's like, well, Santa Claus looked pretty evil in that. I'm like, Mom!
Santa Claus, that's...
Santa Claus!
Well, no, that was Jack Skellington. That wasn't Santa Claus. The real Santa Claus is in that, and he was kidnapped and kind of tortured.
And her reasoning... You know what her reasoning was? Well, you were watching it with your dad, so I thought it was okay. Mom! Yeah, Beetlejuice was very early on in
You
childhood.
know how many
Nightmare.
millennials are obsessed with The Nightmare Before Christmas? Like,
Oh,
Too
a
many.
ton. I
Too
love
many.
Nightmare, but
Too many.
like I don't. It's not like a big. I mean, I know it exists, and I acknowledge that it's good and all, but like for the like. If you want to meet hot goths at Hot Topic, strike up conversation about Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So I'm a big fan of the Boogeyman song, but This Is Halloween is obviously my favorite, of course, for this time of year. Just trying to like get into that certain what's the word I'm looking for? Demographic. Yeah. Oh, well, Tampa Bay is losing big time. How about that?
Yeah. Tom Brady retired before Week 12 challenge.
There we go.
He's not going to, but he's not going to, but like, I mean,
Well,
I don't even know why Brady's here.
Nope, doesn't want to update. Hey, I'm 16 subscribers away from 15,000. How about that?
Oh man, they're ready.
They're all going to get to watch me suffer this week.
Yep. It's the monkey paw, man.
I need to do something special because I know a loss is coming. Like, I really, really know a loss is coming. So I need to what should I do? I need to come up with some ideas. Things to title it or put on the bottom scroll of the screen. I know this is happening. Oh, here we go. There's going to be a handful of OU fans who are going to be mad at me. How come you don't believe? And I'm like, here's the reason why. I'll have like a list that'll roll out like a scroll. Here's everyone who's out. And even they couldn't play worth a shit last week. So
it's going to be rough.
It's going to be a rough afternoon in the Cotton Bowl. I'm just telling you right now. It's going to be a rough afternoon.
I mean, I'm going to consider it a victory if we make it at least to halftime. Like, we get there, bros, like...
Oh, God, the first quarter this past week felt like it took like an hour. It was like an hour and a half of that because they kept scoring.
Yeah, because we couldn't...
It was pathetic.
Dylan hit the broadside of a barn if he was touching it. Defense was scared of their own shadows. Like, it was rough. It was a rough time.
So, but speaking of Halloween, you got to watch the Simpsons Halloween specials. Those are
I've done a couple of those. Yeah, Treehouse
some of the best bits and moments come from this from the
Dad, your hand in the toaster.
Oh, Marge, dear, would you mind passing me a donut? Donut? What's donut? He runs down the stairs and turns the toaster back on, and then Marge looks out to the window. Oh, look, it's raining again, and it's raining donuts. God damn it, I love that episode. Like, if he would have just stayed and just waited another second.
I was even the thing, even if it didn't rain donuts, somewhere has no vision. He could invent.
Oh, look, it's raining again.
Man.
I love how he gets to the end. I love how he gets to the end of that, and it's like, and everyone he's like, thank God everything's back to normal, and then everyone in the family has like these lizard tongues. He's like, close enough, because everything keeps changing as he messes with the timeline, and the data is back and forth.
He can deal with the lizard tongue.
I like the parody they do of the Twilight Zone episode, Terror at 30,000 feet, but it's like the gremlin on the school bus, and then when the gremlin finally gets knocked out, and then like Flanders like picks him up. I was like, "Oh, this poor little fella! Oh, isn't that cute? He's trying to claw my eyes out."
See, I'm a child of Futurama, man. So like,
but like all the funny from The Simpsons went to Futurama in like the early seasons. By the way, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler of that new Futurama season that's coming probably next year. Not good. So
well, yeah, because it's all going to be meta.
We can pray. We can pray.
I know someone personally who's directing a few episodes, and based on what I know, it's
boy.
They're dialing it in.
Well, he's getting paid at least. He's getting paid at least. It's nice on the resume, but he's like, those episodes ain't looking.
Yeah,
and a certain voice actor is getting up there.
Yeah.
But Sept's episode. There's so many good episodes. Seriously, like the best thing to do for The Simpsons for you, it's great background viewing if you're doing other shit.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, put on an episode or two, and eventually you'll start paying attention. Like, because you'll see or hear something, and it's like there's so many great little bits. It's like, all right, Pie, I'm just gonna start walking towards you like this, and if you get eaten, it's your own fault. Then he hits the ledge. He hits the end of the counter and hurts himself.
Oh, $20. I wanted peanuts.
I wanted peanuts. Money.
You can buy many peanuts.
Peanuts. Explain. Money can be used money can be exchanged for goods or services.
Woohoo!
I know I've seen at least the first 2 Treehouse of Horrors. I know that because of the marathon. I know that, but I haven't seen the other ones. It's the one with the the joke I always make with the monkey paw.
Yeah, that's based off a short story and everything.
Turkey's a little dry.
You bastards! Turkey's a little dry. The Treehouse of Horrors are good up until like 6 or 7, in my opinion.
Yeah. Did they just run out ideas?
Well, it's the fact that it's like they stopped because they were parodying, like in the early Treehouse of Horror, they were parodying classic Twilight Zones and classic black and white horror stuff. Which, like you have they did one where they did a parody of the original King Kong with King Homer. One of my favorite ones. It's like where Homer just keeps eating people. He grabs Lenny. He's like, and Lenny's like, "Hey Homer, quit eating me! Come on, quit eating me, Homer." He's just kind of annoyed. He's like, "Hey Homer, quit eating me! Come on, quit eating me!"
I see your problem. The doll's set to evil.
God damn it! I was gonna do that one. See your problem here. The doll was set to evil. Switches it to good. Oh, that has one of my favorite gags in there at the beginning where he goes to the store. He's just like, "That's good. It also comes with a terrible curse. That's bad. But it also comes with a free Frogurt. That's good. The Frogurt is also a curse. That's bad. If it comes with your choice of topping, that's good. The topping contains sodium benzoate. That's bad."
Can I go now?
Oh goodness.
Who the hell is this?
For what? You're reading something. You look focused.
Who the fuck?
See, you're reading, and now you're seeing like what the hell. So
who the fuck is this? Someone just sent me something. Who is this?
Is it someone from our show?
I can't say this on the air. So you're going to have to end the show.
Okay, that's fine. We're over anyway, so this works perfectly. So, Sean, Andrew, I want to thank y'all both for coming on and venting. I think we're going to have a lot more of these in the future. Everybody, thank y'all for joining as well. Comment, rate, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell when I upload a video or when we go live. So, everyone, buckle your seatbelts. We're in for a long season, but we will still be here to enjoy the good, the bad, and probably a lot of the ugly. But that being said, still the same thing. Boomer Sooner, only one. See everybody on the Wednesday show. Later.